Real Estate Masters. Everything you need to know about real estate, from buying and selling a house and the latest in local development and community projects to investing in local, national, and international properties. And now, here are two people who know their way around all things real estate, Tamika Bryant and David Johnston.
This week on Real Estate Masters on TV25, you're on the couch with Tamika Bryant and myself, David Johnston. Welcome. This is a new kind of setup for Tamika and myself. We're going to take some questions off of Facebook. I think Tamika's live if that works out. And talk a little bit about what's happening in the real estate market right now, new shifts or changes, things that are going on, interesting stuff like that. So Tamika, everybody's been talking about like a shift in the real estate market. You know, we're at the end of the summer, kids are going back to school, it's quiet. I don't know about you, I've noticed a ton of new agents getting in the business. I think the spring was really hot, the summer was so busy that we've had a whole influx of new agents coming in. What are your thoughts on this whole shift concept? You know, is it slowing down? Do we have a bunch of new agents in again?
Yeah, I do. I see that there is a large number of different opportunities that are on the ground. So I think a lot of people are looking at, hey, lots of folks did well in the market. It's a good time to get in. Let me go to real estate school. But I always caution
because we know it's cheap to go to real estate school, and it's easy.
And it's easy, especially if it's
so it
something
attracts
you
not all the
are
best and the
trying to
brightest.
get. Yeah, and you're trying to get. It's a business that you can start up for under $1,500 and really make a good career for yourself. But I think the piece that they're forgetting about is that it's still work.
Yeah.
You know, it requires work, and not everyone is designed to be on the sales side or on the listing side. And
it's not the old day. I don't think it's the old days where you could like sit by the pool and drink beer all afternoon and go back to the office at 6 o'clock to pick up 4 contracts.
Yeah, it's not like that. No, it's not. You're not the only person in this area that's going to sell this house or do what it takes to sell. So you have a variety of different models that are out there. So you have everything from 100% commission-based companies to, you know, full service, 100 typical types, traditional sales and things like that are going on.
We have the full service, and then I don't know what you call them, limited service. Some people call them discount brokerages, which I think that has a negative connotation because it's just a different business model.
Right. So I think with all the different business models who are attracting a variety of different people, you have everything from beginning to end. So at least with us and what we're working on, for example, when I first got in, this whole cloud-based thing was like, okay, what will we be doing? Like, how would I sign contracts if I couldn't print them out? So now that we have the ability to not just sign a contract from an iPad or be more virtual and more, you know, I can do a deal from here on the couch for California or something else I'm working on. So we have a lot more mobility in the market, but we don't have enough training.
Exactly.
And so I think that's where we're going to have that issue.
I think that was the killer for me when I got my real estate license, although granted that was 1,050 years ago. I was old, I was young back then. But, you know, we went through, you know, how many square feet are in an acre.
Right.
But what do I do with a sales contract when that comes in? I had, you know, there's absolutely no training. And actually, I don't think the market's changed so much.
Right. I don't think that the market has changed in several areas. So, for example, customer service, still up there at number one. What I see happening is that people have replaced using some common sense stuff of, okay, you still need to stay in contact with your client, you still need to talk to them, you still need to provide stellar customer service with, technology will take care of it. Yeah. And that's not what should be happening there. So I think that's a big piece. And when you mention the shift, I think a lot of the shift talk has a lot to do with what's happening in the market. Are we going to see this big fallout with all these foreclosures and everything that we experienced, not so long ago? And how do you get ready for that? And so there's lots of little conversations about that. And how I feel about that is if your business wasn't designed from the onset to kind of go with the ups and downs of the real estate market.
If you got in it just to make a quick
buck, you're not going to survive anyway. And so some of those common things I don't think a lot of real estate professionals have thought through. For example, some of the things you may have learned on the front end is if you got a car note,
pay it off.
Exactly.
If you think the market's going to change, pay it off. If you got a commission check, pay that health insurance for the next year.
Exactly.
You got the money, pay it.
Exactly. And there, not a lot of folks are having that conversation. And I think the biggest piece for me that I'm seeing is that so many brokers are more concerned about the recruiting of an agent than the education of this is what this looks like. This is what our market looks like. And in fact, let me ask you some questions to see if you're a good fit. So for me, I just had 3 agents that wanted to work with us at EXP, and I said to them, "You're not a good fit." So, but I have really good broker friends at these other brokerages.
You do better there.
That you would do awesome over there with that business model, because let's face it, every brokerage could be number 1 at something.
Sure.
Right? And so, but connecting that agent to the right brokerage, I think, is something that a lot of brokers miss, because they're just all about numbers. How many butts can I get in?
Can I get all? Well, they got the rent to pay.
Yeah, well, that's, again, I'm cloud-based. So I'm not really thinking about the rent as much as I'm thinking about our realtor community and the real estate agents who we work with. That's more important to me than the rent. So I make sure I don't have large overheads and rent and things like that. And for my model, I have to have tech-savvy, agents.
I've noticed several of the brokerages kind of going into what they call like a coffee shop format, where most of the new offices or the remodels that I'm seeing out there in the market are kind of that way. It's a temporary place to kind of come in, throw your stuff down, and take off.
Right. And so if you look at where are we as real estate professionals, we're running around or doing something or outside of the office. I used to always tell my agents, there's no business in the office. Why are you here? The people are outside. Connect with them. Go to the coffee shop. And so to me, it's genius if you put a model that's around a coffee shop where everyone wants to hang out anyway. And for that particular agent, again, you still have agents who need to be around a coffee maker and chit chat.
I was one of those. I had to have a desk.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
See, I could see you needing some of the interaction and stuff like that with
I
your
had to
other
get up,
folks.
take a shower, put my clothes on, and go to an office to work.
And that's cool. But I think when agents know that they have options, sometimes they come out of real estate school and they don't interview enough brokers and know that they have enough options. And
they
so
just went with the highest commission split.
Or whatever, or where their friend went, or something. Maybe the person who was doing the selling was doing a really good job.
Those are some good ideas, or good points, Tamika. Thank you. We'll probably get back to some more of them. We're going to take a break right now for a few minutes. You're watching Tamika Bryant, myself, David Johnston on Real Estate Masters on TV25. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.